Hi, this is another short yoga sequence to get grounded in your body. So please come into downward facing dog. And let's start by lifting the heels, bend your legs, and as you bend your legs, draw your sit bones back and up. Push the floor away with your hands so you get a little longer through your arms. Maybe feel more spacious through the spine. And then we'll slowly straighten legs, any amount. Drop your heels down towards the floor, any amount. And we'll do this a couple of times. So as you lift your heels, bend your legs, push the floor away, get long through the sides of the waist. Straighten your legs as much as you can. Drop your heels any amount towards the ground. One more time on your own. Once you land in down dog, take a moment to get still through your body, and let's connect into the Ujjayi breath. So we breathe in slowly through the nose. Breathe out fully, slowly through the nose. And with each breath, you get a little more spacious through your body, through your mind. On your next inhale, come forward into plank position. You may need to make your stance a little bit longer so the shoulders come over the wrists. The chest pulls forward a bit towards the front of the mat. At the same time, you want to feel nice and steady and strong through your legs. So you squeeze the thigh muscles, you draw the thighs up a little bit, and you angle the tailbone towards the back of the mat. You make that corset effect in the core. So you really feel your core abdominal muscles engage. Recruit your core. One more breath. And let's breathe out together. We'll go back again, downward facing dog. Let's do this 2 more times. Inhale, rock forward into plank. Take a moment, pause. As you breathe out, go back. Lift from your center, down dog. One more time. Inhale brings you forward. And the exhale brings you back. Set your knees down underneath your hips, your wrists underneath your shoulders. As you inhale, extend your spine and lift up your heart. As you breathe out, round through the spine, drop your head. Inhale, long through the sides of the waist, the heart rises. Exhale, scoop your belly towards your back body, let your head release. And we'll do this a few more times. You breathe in, you draw the chest up, and you breathe out. The tailbone goes down, the belly goes up. Again, on your own. Come back to a neutral spine. Bring your knees a little wider. Slide the big toes together. Drop your hips to your heels and come into child's pose. Drop your head. Stretch your arms. Feel the floor, the ground under your body. As you breathe in, come forward. Slither forward onto your belly. Extend your arms. And we'll rise up to cobra pose. Push the floor away. But really use your back muscles to lift as much as you can. Breathe out and lower back down. So you extend your legs, you press your feet. You do press down through your hands, but also you use your back muscles, your core muscles. Exhale, lower down. Downward facing dog. Lift up and back. Lift your right leg up, breathe in. As you breathe out, draw your knee to your nose, look forward and quietly step the right foot through. Set the left knee down, inhale, low lunge. As you breathe out, drop your hands to the mat, lift your back leg up so you're in the runner's lunge, and we'll straighten slowly the right leg as much as you can. You can use blocks if you have them, and we'll keep the back heel lifted up. As you breathe out, right leg bends, left knee drops, inhale, sweep your arms around and up, low lunge. Exhale, hands come to the blocks. Lift back leg, take your time. You'll straighten slowly the right leg, press through the big toe of the right foot. Outer hip squeeze in. And exhale again to drop the knee down. Inhale, the arms rise up. And just like that, we'll move and breathe through 2 more rounds. listening to the sound of your Ujjayi breath. As you set your knee down this time, stretch your arms up, hold your left wrist with your right hand. As you breathe in, grow a little taller, lift up, and as you breathe out, lean over to the right side. Really press through your feet so you have the stability of your feet. Take one more breath here. Breathe through the left side body, tailbone goes down, belly pulls in. Nice. Arms come back up. If you'd like, you can gaze up, press the palms together. Exhale, the hands come down. Let's lift the back leg and press through the feet. Extend your arms up, coming into high lunge crescent. You can widen the stance a little bit for stability if you need. Let's drop into it for a few breaths. So we'll bend a little bit the left knee, draw the belly in a bit. Create a little more space through your low back. And then if you can, re-straighten the left leg, but take your time, make sure that's right for you and that you can keep the space in the low back, that it's not too much pressure there. Good, nice. Left hand comes down inside the right foot, extend up your right arm, feel again the back leg strong. Breathe here. Drop your right hand down, come into plank position, inhale here. Breathe out as you lower down, chaturanga, dandasana, or all the way to the mat. Inhale for cobra, or maybe up dog if you're ready, and exhale from the strength of your legs and core, you go back, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg rises. As you breathe out, knee comes in towards the chest, look forward, step left foot through, and drop the right knee down, low lunge. Inhale the arms up. Take a moment to breathe. Hold on to your right wrist. Inhale, get a little taller through the right side body, and exhale, lean over to the left side. So notice here if there's somewhere you need to strengthen for stability, perhaps, and if there's somewhere you can relax, you can release a little more, and it might be the neck or the eyes, or even just imagining a softening around the, around the base of the neck and also the shoulders. Okay, reach your arms up back to center, hands come together, a little back bend, and we'll exhale the hands down, lift the back leg up, take a moment in your runner's lunge position. Let's go back to the flow. So I just realized I missed that. So we'll extend slowly the left leg, keep the right heel up. As you breathe out, bend the left leg, drop the right knee gently down, inhale, the arms rise. Exhale, hands come down, back leg lifts. Extend the left leg, outer hips hug in towards each other, and you just keep moving and breathing. One step at a time, one breath at a time. Inhale to rise, exhale to lower. Let's do one more just like that. Feeling your body and feeling your breath. As simple as that. Soften the toes if they're squeezing, if they're scrunched. This is the last one. I think I added one. Okay, and we'll land back in the low lunge together for a moment. Let's lift the back leg, press through your feet, and rise up into high lunge, crescent lunge. Put a bend in the right knee. Float the front ribs in a little bit towards the back ribs as you aim the hip points, the frontal hip points up towards the belly. Feel that out, see how it feels, and then maybe you want to re-straighten the back leg if you can keep the space in the spine. Right hand comes down, lift the left arm up, take a twist. And we'll place left hand down, come into plank position. Inhale here, push the weight, shift the weight forward a little bit, and as you exhale, lower just halfway this time if you can. Flip over your toes. Inhale, the heart rises, the outer upper arms pull back. You draw the belly in a bit and you really engage the thigh muscles. As you exhale, lift up again, downward facing dog. Let your head drop and relax. Release. Let's walk forward to the top of the mat. Inhale when you get there and lengthen your spine. Exhale and fold. Inhale to rise up. Circle the arms around and up. And exhale your hands down to your heart. Breathe in, arms reach. Exhale, dive down over your legs, Uttanasana. Inhale, look forward, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold once more. Let's bend the legs and come into chair pose this time. I like to put a little space between my heels if your feet are together. Really root through your heels. Feel the strength of your leg muscles here as your sit bones drop and your belly pulls in a little bit to protect the low back for most people as the arms reach, as you breathe. Let's push the floor away, straighten your legs. Lift up your right leg, open up your hip, place foot in thigh or calf for a tree pose, Vrikshasana. Breathing here, nice and steady with the breaths. Bring your hands together at your heart and weave your right leg around your left. You can put a little bend in the standing leg and you can either hook your foot around your calf, or if your knee is sensitive, then have your foot, I don't know if you can see mine, away from the calf. That will be easier on the knee. Let's extend out the arms, inhale. And the right arm sweeps underneath the left, opposite of the legs. The elbows line up with the shoulders if possible, and the hands move a little bit away from your face. Breathe here, doing great. Inhaling, exhaling, and if something's not working, you just let it go. You do something, you modify in any way you need. Let's undo the leg. We're coming into Virabhadrasana 3. Keep your arms in Garudasana. Extend slowly the right leg back. Point your foot for a moment and then flex your foot, spread your toes. Outer right hip rolls down a bit towards the ground. Feel the strength here of your body as you breathe. And take a big step back. Right foot lands. Let's undo the arms now. Inhale. Exhale, hands come down to the heart. And let's take a twist. So we'll turn chest to the left side, hook your elbow against your thigh. As your hands pull in towards your heart, outer left hip draws back a little bit if possible. The right leg really strengthens and the spine is long. You want to be able to breathe here. So if you need to modify by dropping a knee or anything like that, any other modification, please do. Some people might want to drop the right hand down if you feel you have a little more space, so to speak. Extend the left arm up and take a few breaths here in a slightly more intense variation of the pose. Okay, let's bring hands down. We're going to turn the back foot now, coming into extended side angle. I know this leg is getting a little tired, so this is the last one on this side, the last pose. Right arm extends, turn right palm forward and slowly reach it overhead. The left knee can maybe bend a little more as you root through that left heel. Feel nice and steady through the back leg. So we're creating the alignment in the body for structure. If something doesn't work for you, just let it go. Find a place to soften. That's always a good thing. It's a little harder for me to talk and breathe, but you do your best. Steady, even breaths. Nice. And we'll bring hands down to either side of the left foot. We're going to release the left leg. So come into down dog for a moment. Lift up the left leg, stretch it out, open the hip, bend the leg. Take a nice stretch here. Re-extend your left leg. Slowly set the left foot down. Let's inhale into the plank position. Exhale, lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. About halfway. Inhale, lift up the heart, press the feet. And breathe out as you make your way back. Slow and steady. Imagine moving from the center of your body, your core. That's really how we can do vinyasa in a healthy way, linking up the poses, linking up the breath, and moving, most importantly, from the center of your body. One more breath here. walk feet again. We'll go step by step, balls at the feet, until you reach the top of the mat. When you do, breathe in, hands to the shins or the floor, whichever one is better for you, and lengthen your spine. Pull your shoulders back gently so you create a little more space. Feel the neck long. And let's reach arms out wide. I like to put a little bend in my knees because I tend to hyperextend, and we'll rise all the way up. Inhale, inhale, inhale. Press your hands together, lift your heart, feel your legs for support. And exhale the hands together at the heart. Nice. And we'll come into Utkatasana chair pose from the top this time. Bend your legs, sink your hips down, your outer hips, your sit bones go down as the arms reach, as the chest rises. And we breathe. Let's push the floor away. We'll start to rise up and lift this time the left leg, making a tree shape. Press left foot against right thigh or calf. Hug right hip in as you press the left hip at the same time. So this is a really nice way to create that feeling of center, to connect into your core, to feel that plumb line through your body. Maybe you wobble a little bit and remind yourself that that's a part of the practice, a very important part of the practice. Let's take one more breath together here. Okay, hands come together at the heart. Wrap your left leg around your right. Either take the double bind or the variation with the foot away from the leg. And we'll drop the sit bones maybe a little lower, like chair pose. Feel the weight in your right heel. Reach your arms out, inhale, and as you exhale, wrap your left arm underneath your right. So slow and steady, take your time, step by step. The top of the shoulders soften. Imagine I had my hands on the top of your shoulders. It just gently soften. The base of the neck softens. Breathe into the upper back. Virabhadrasana 2, you got this, here we go. So we're balancing on the right leg, we're slowly extending the left leg. Just take a moment here to extend your ankle, to point your foot. And now let's flex the foot. Outer left hip drops a bit. I don't know if I'm doing a great job with that. That's not easy to do. And let's take a big step back with the left foot. Woo. Coming into our crescent. Reach your arms around and up. Inhale. So take your time in each position. Land in the pose. Feel the ground. Let's connect in again. Body and breath. Bring your hands together at your heart. Inhale here. Exhale, you twist. Feel the back leg really strong as you do that. Tendency is to let the back leg drop at that point. So we'll lift the left thigh up as we hook the left elbow against the thigh. We turn the chest any amount. The hands come together towards the sternum bone. The outer right hip hugs in a bit. And now just breathe. Take your time. Breathe. Be here. Take the variation that works for you. So you might be dropping down the left hand. I like to balance on my fingertips. Reach the right arm up. And breathe. Last breath. Okay. Right hand comes down. Turn your back foot sideways, so it's about a heel to inner arch alignment. At least the way that I practice this pose, or certainly other variations. And we'll come into extended side angle pose. So left arm reaches up as the right knee bends, the right sit bones, the right outer hip, I should say, hugs under a little bit. Maybe extend that top arm forward as you re-strengthen through the back leg as you feel the left foot. It might be nice to have a block here if you have one nearby. Let the shoulders release away from the ears. Last deep breath here. Okay, let's bring the hands down. That right leg is ready for a stretch out. We'll reach it up, Spread your toes, roll open the hip if that feels okay in the pelvis. Turn your belly, stretch your waist. And then we'll re-stretch the right leg long, set the right foot down. Let's come into Vashisthasana, the side plank. Come forward into plank pose. Roll onto the edge of your left foot, balance on your left hand, and reach up the arm, the right arm. Now you can stay here, or if you'd like, you can lift up the top leg. Turn the toes down just a touch if you're doing that. It's subtle. It will help connect you to your core. And then if you'd like to take it even a step further, we'll bring the right foot to the left thigh and come into a tree variation. I like to extend my top arm overhead and create like a arching through the top of my body. Let my head drop. You can try that. And let's return to the side plank. Right arm extends, legs come together. Come into your plank position, breathe in here. You decide if you want to come through vinyasa, you do, exhale, or you skip it. We'll meet in down dog. Inhale if you're in your up dog, and exhale back to down dog. Take a moment again to feel the ground under your body. The support, the structure, which we all need right now. Let your breath move at the pace that it wants to. You can feel your belly gently draw back on the exhale. That helps me to connect to the exhale. Okay, and let's do the side plank on the second side. So we'll roll onto the edge of the right foot, balance on the right arm. If wrists are okay, you can have your shoulder and your wrist lined up, or you can walk your hand forward of the wrist if your wrist feels sensitive. Push the floor away, either way with your right arm, so you can get a little bit lighter through your body and extend up through the left arm. Let's lift the left leg, turn the toes down just a bit, and then we'll make our way again into the tree variation. Press your foot into your thigh. Maybe you're doing the variation that works for you. Maybe extend that top arm overhead. Breathe here, maybe have fun with it for a moment. Ooh, and then we'll release, come back to side plank, into your full plank, and this time let's come back up to down dog, or vinyasa if you want. Either one is good. Bring your knees down and let's find child's pose, Balasana. Slide your hands by your heels and set your head down. Okay, let's rise up. And make your way onto your back. We're going to finish up shortly. Place your feet down about the distance of your hips, arms alongside your body. Press through your feet and lift your hips up for bridge pose, Setu Bandha. So the chest, as you breathe in, moves towards your chin, and your chin can, for most people, lift just a tiny bit away from the chest. Feel the way your feet are steady on the ground, your toes are lengthening, and notice, are they scrunched, are they, unnecessarily tight? It's a nice opportunity now to feel a balance in the feet, of effort and ease. The inner thighs wrap down. That's very subtle, towards the ground as your hips maybe rise a little bit as your tailbone moves towards your knees. Last breath together here. Excellent, and lower slowly down. Let's bring the knees together. Let your knees drop together, take your feet wide apart. Bring your arms into a cactus shape. Let your fingers soften and relax. Let your toes soften. Feel the breath move into your chest, into your belly, And as you exhale, let it all go. The belly softens, the chest, the ribs soften down towards the ground. Okay, let's bring knees into the chest. I'll scoot up a little bit so you can still see me. Knees into the chest. Slide your hips a little bit over to the left and then drop your legs to the right. When your legs land, just see if you can make about a 90-degree angle. So the knees in line with the hips, the ankles in line with the knees. The legs don't have to be totally stacked. And reach your arms out when you're ready. Nice and wide. So the arms reach, the fingers lengthen. The left shoulder drops gently down towards the ground as you breathe in and out. And let's come back to the middle, to the center, Apanasana. Scoot your hips a little bit to the right side and drop your knees, your legs to the left side. Just take a moment to stack the legs best you can. The knees don't have to be stacked, mine are not. And extend out your arms when you're ready. You can lift your left shoulder, slide your left shoulder blade a little bit to the left so you feel a little more expansive across the arms, the chest, the back. And find somewhere in your body to direct your breath to. Maybe you can release your throat, or there might be, that's what drew my attention, there might be another place, your eyes, your jaw, shoulders, that needs attention that you want to send your breath to. So it's all about creating space in the body and then in the mind. And releasing tension so we don't get all this stuck energy, but we have an outlet for it. It's so tough when let's come back to center, when we're going through challenging times. So be easy with yourself. Apanasana. Let's bring hands to the knees. Just hug your knees gently in towards your chest. And we'll do little circles with the knees. So be easy with yourself, because adding insult to injury, right, that doesn't help. We can always begin again. So if you had a bad day, an unproductive day or week or weeks, you can always begin again. Go the other direction with the knees. And it can start right here, right now, on your yoga mat with your breath, one breath at a time. This short practice can make all the difference to just restarting, like a little reboot. Gaining a sense of clarity, hopefully. Let's come to still for a moment. And perhaps a little spark of inspiration as well. Okay, please roll up to seated. And since it's a short practice, if you want to take Shavasana, if you have time, that's great. Otherwise, if you're going to end with me now, let's come into Sukhasana or any comfortable seat for just a moment. Close your eyes or soften your gaze. Breathe and feel. Being present with yourself. This is the way that we go in rather than check out. Give yourself credit, especially if you've been having a rough time. You did your practice, you did the work, right? We have work to do. We did the work, we did it today, we'll keep doing it. Let's take a breath out together. Join your hands together in front of your heart. And let's chant Om softly to close the practice. Inhale fully. Breathe out, exhale all